Here with for Turkey Day financial tips is Bill Smith from W.A. Smith Financial. And what a great idea, huh?
How about it? Let's talk Turkey Day tips.
Okay, so we're talking about don't overpay on Black Friday, because I know a lot of people, they're having their dinner and all they're talking about is how they're going to get up at 4 in the morning and go out and buy everything in sight.
Okay, David, I got something for you here.
I love money.
What's the difference between this $100 bill and this credit card right here?
This $100, this one will
Is
cost
it worth the same?
No.
The problem is that people tend to overspend when it comes to these sales.
Mm-hmm.
And they think of what I want everybody to think about is if you had to take this $100 bill out of your pocket and buy what you're buying versus put it on this, would you do it?
That is
And
such good advice.
9 out of 10 times you're not going to take this out of your pocket, you're going to put it on here. So mental accounting is a psychological thing when it comes to finance, and it says that we value these at a lesser rate than the actual this, and it's the same thing.
I know, it's like collecting these. You don't want to get rid of it when it's in your pocket.
No, you don't. But the reality of it is this is what gets a lot of people in trouble. So these sales and Black Friday and all that can be fun, but just remember, they're the same as this.
Yeah, and on top of that, sometimes that other one costs you another 17% a month.
If you're not paying it off, and,
Right.
and you're going to end up being a prisoner to your own debt.
And you hear about that all the time, how people, that it's almost like when you finish paying that certain amount of income tax, you get to April, well, your Christmas debt is paid,
Well, that's, or longer, depending on
what
how
you
crazy the mental accounting worked on you over the
Bought
holidays.
my wife a car. How about that? Hey, how about that? You're sitting around the table and everyone's talking about money a little bit. They always do, and they talk about the hot stocks out there.
Oh boy, big ones now. Like you've heard Bitcoin. Well, now the big one is marijuana stocks, right?
Up in smoke.
Up in smoke.
Right.
And so when you think about it, we call this the hot dot. And so when you think about investing, you want to think about there's speculative investing and then there's investing. I would just be careful, because you always hear about from family members and friends, you hear about the winners, but you never hear about the losers. And so at the end of the day, save money, make sure you have a good financial plan, and don't go too crazy on the hot dot.
Yeah.
Make sure you know what you're investing your money in, and it's an equity that you're going to get your money back, hopefully.
And never buy marijuana stock while you're smoking marijuana.
That's outside my pay grade on that, but I can't comment there. But I wish I had $1. I wish I had one of these for every time somebody asked me,
Right.
which marijuana stock should I buy?
Oh, it's crazy.
Because it's going right. It's the big thing.
They should be asking you right now about tax time, because it's almost that time. It doesn't feel like it.
David, that's the third one, and right now is when people need to be thinking about this for not only this year, but for next year. And so there's some things we can do currently right now that'll really help people, like paying in advance of some expenses for 2019 and 18.
Like what?
We call that bunching. Taxes would be a good one for an example. Talk to your accountant, but they can talk to you about a strategy called bunching. The other is when you think about capital gains taxes, many people don't know that they can actually take gains, and if you're in the right tax bracket, you actually pay 0%. There is a 0% capital gains tax bracket. And many people qualify for this, and they just don't know it.
Who could help me and tell me about that?
Well, you want to talk to your accountant, but you really want to have a financial advisor that we can guide people, right? But at the end of the day, it's a tax question. And at the end of the day, these are all topics that tend to come up when you're sitting around with the families and the holidays.
So would you say we've already talked turkey then?
Well, when it gets to talking time turkey, right, one of the biggest things that you can do is communicate with your family about your estate plan. Because if you're going to be taking over for your, you're going to be inheriting it, you want to make sure that there's good communication. And family time, getting everybody together, is a good time to maybe think about communicating about who's going to take care of it for you.
Good time to sort out all those kind of problems.
Sort out the details, because communication's the key.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, buddy.